Hey, what's going on? It's your boy DJ XL with DFW DJ School. Hold it down. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, we talk about all things DJ related. DJ tips, DJ tutorials. We talk about DJ gear. Today, we were talking about DJ history. Be sure you check out our past videos as well. A lot of great topics. Be sure to like and subscribe so the algorithm can find you when we post videos just like this. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. All right, so for today's topic, we're going to talk about DJ Kool Herc. And the reason why I want to bring this up, because in each and every one of my DJ classes, we talk about the history, the culture of hip-hop. And you can't talk about hip-hop without talking about DJ Kool Herc. Now, without hip-hop, I would not be a DJ myself. Still spending 2 nights a week, and hip-hop is a big part of that. So if this were a jazz class, or if I was teaching somebody how to play the trumpet or whatever, it would be my responsibility to teach them who Miles Davis is. Or if you're learning how to play guitar, I would be malpractice if I didn't let you know who Eric Clapton or Stevie Ray Vaughan or Jimi Hendrix was. So DJing is no different. August 11th, 1973 is the day that we know that hip-hop was born. With any other genre of music, you can guess as to what era, what years it might have came along, but we know the exact day that hip-hop was born. It was on that day that we know DJ Kool Herc, Clive Campbell, threw a back-to-school party with his sister, and Cindy is her name. On that day, he decided to do something a little bit different. Now, later on, I'm going to show you a quick video that's going to detail that, but he decided to try a technique that became known as the merry-go-round system. So the way that this works is back in the day, you're going to hear me say back in the day a lot. Back in the day, a lot of songs were 5-6 minutes long. And this, again, not 1973, so breakdancing and all that stuff had just hit. Now, the break dancers, the B-boys, would wait for the breaks to dance to these songs. Why? Because those 5-6 minute songs always had a breakdown to where it was just the instrumental part of the song, and that's when they would hit the dance floor and break. But the problem was the break in those songs was often 30, 45 seconds long. So that kind of defeated the purpose. So Kool Herc had the idea, why don't I take that part of the song, the break, put it on 2 turntables and just repeat that break over and over and over. So now that 45-second snippet could become 2 minutes. It could become 3 minutes, to where now the break dancers they're in dance heaven right now. Because why? DJ Kool Herc is doing something that no other DJ in New York City was doing. Now, it is often debated which borough started this, or which DJ started this. We have the Mount Rushmore of DJs in New York. We have Kool Herc, we have Grandmaster Flash, and we have Africa Bambaataa, may he rest in peace. It is widely known and widely accepted that Kool Herc is the first one to come up with this concept. And anybody that was at that party now testifies that indeed was the case. All right, so before I get too far in this video, let me give you a breakdown as to who DJ Kool Herc was. DJ Kool Herc, a.k.a. Clive Campbell, born April 16, 1955, in Kingston, Jamaica, universally recognized as the father of hip-hop. He pioneered the genre in 1973 by utilizing 2 turntables to isolate and extend rhythmic breaks in funk and soul records, creating the foundation for b-boying and rapping, hip-hop. Early life and background: immigration. He was born in Jamaica. He was heavily influenced by the island's lively dance hall sound and culture, and toasting, speaking rhythmically over records, rapping. Relocation: he moved to the Bronx in 1967. Nickname: attending Alfred E. Smith High School in the Bronx, his muscular frame earned him the moniker Hercules, which was later shortened to Kool Herc. Innovations in the birth of hip-hop: the merry-go-round breakbeat. Herc noticed that the most danceable, energetic parts of funk records, the drum breaks, were brief. He isolated these sections by using 2 copies of the same record and constantly switching between the turntables to loop the percussion continuously. On August 11th, 1973, at a back-to-school party in the rec room of 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, which should be the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, by the way, he showcased his technique, effectively sparking the hip-hop movement, the MC and the B-boy. Because he needed to focus on his turntables, he passed the microphone to friends like Coke Rock to hype the crowd, laying the groundwork for MCing. He also dubbed his dedicated dancers break boys and break girls, B-boys, B-girls. He came up with that term. Cultural impact and legacy. The 1970s and 80s hosted legendary neighborhood block parties and played prominent Bronx clubs, though he stepped away from the DJ circuit in the late 1970s. Film and literature. Portrayed himself in the foundational 1984 hip-hop film Beat Street, and wrote the foreword for Jeff Chang's acclaimed historical book, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Activism. In the late 2000s, he spearheaded a successful campaign to save 1520 Sedgwick Avenue. Like I said, this should be the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Drake, with all this money you got, buy that building, make it the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, at least make the basement of that building the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. You can rent the rest of it out for lease. Activism. In the late 2000s, he spearheaded a successful campaign to save 1520 Sedgwick Avenue from being sold to developers, helping preserve it as the Mitchell Lama Affordable Housing Building, and designated it as the birthplace of hip-hop. That's DJ Kool Herc, the man, the myth. In 2023, hip-hop celebrated its 50th anniversary, and one of the last things that was done on that weekend, that whole weekend, they had hip-hop royalty from the very beginning of hip-hop to some of the current stars. One of the last people they brought to the stage to honor, to give him his flowers, was DJ Kool Herc. DJ Kool Herc was also inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and presented by none other than LL Cool J. August 11th, 2021, our U.S. Congress designated August 11th as Kool Herc Day, celebrating hip-hop. The following is a short video breaking down the story of one Kool Herc.
There's a recreation room for the building. You rent the room. That's what we did. So this was a breath of fresh air for us going somewhere.
Those are speakers in the back seat, by the way.
Turned out to be a success.
Herc was one of the first DJs in the Bronx to borrow a technique from Manhattan's downtown discotheques, the use of 2 turntables. This meant DJs could play music without interruption, mixing from the end of one record straight into the beginning of another. But unlike other DJs, Herc didn't play disco music. Instead, he specialized in the kind of hard-edged funk music that others ignored.
Yeah, I remember going to the Herc parties, and that started in the community room, and it grew so big that we couldn't fit in the community room anymore. And music was just, it was slamming. I was trying to think about what
the
would
classic
be,
8mm film
with a Kool Herc party. It would have to be James Brown. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. It wasn't a Kool Herc party. Without
have a very party here.
Exactly.
Hey.
What singled out Herc as a DJ was his keen eye for crowd reaction. He noticed that the energy on the dance floor hit a peak during the instrumental breaks in the records, the point when the singing stops and the music carries on. From this simple observation, Herc came up with an idea that would become the basis of hip-hop.
One night, I'm waiting for the record to play out. I said, I wonder if I put that to myself. I said, if they're waiting for this particular break and I have a couple more records that's got the same breakup in it, I wonder how would it be if I put them all together. And I told them, I said, I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to call it a merry-go-round.
Herc's merry-go-round meant that instead of playing whole records, he would play just the instrumental breaks, mixing between them to create a continuous dance rhythm.
I started out with James Brown, clap your hand, stomp your feet. That part right there, when the break, boom, I had to come in with bongo rock.
I call that needle dropping, where you can drop the needle right on beat.
Bongo rock was still no vocals in it. Then I would go into Baby Huey, the Mexican. I think we got some hit, because people was like, oh,
it was the 70s. Like I said, there's breakdancing.
Yeah, I'm feeling this. Oh, yeah,
The instrumental breaks on the records became known as the breakbeats, and Herc's merry-go-round formula of mixing between them provided the blueprint for a new music.
Hip-hop.
Oh, man, Kool Herc was the first person I ever heard that do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Grandmaster Theodore, the inventor of the scratch.
Like that, because I'm used to being in the house with my mother and we pull a James Brown record on and just let it play through. Kool Herc would play the break part back and forth, and that really astonished me. I was really impressed when I seen that, something like that, because I never seen anything like that before.
I saw Kool Herc, and I was 14 years old, and that very day when I saw his sound system and how loud it was and the records that he played would just change the way the party was going, and that's what I wanted to do.
So you have just witnessed what well over 300 students have watched. For every DJ class, I started with this video, because for me, it's more important for them to understand the culture and where this whole DJing thing came from, rather than for them to just stare at waveforms and line up beats. If you're going to be serious about this, you need to pay it forward, and you need to treat this with respect. I'm very proud to say that I put all 4 of my children through college with DJing, and I owe a great deal of that to hip-hop and my love for hip-hop, my love for music. So in class, I explained to the kids, no matter if you like hip-hop or not, if you like EDM, if you like house, it doesn't really matter. The technology, the equipment, everything that they use is based upon hip-hop and how hip-hop DJs brought it forward, including the crossfader. It was actually Grandmaster Flash who came up with the concept, and GLI in their mixers, that's a company back in the day, GLI. Later, Jim and I did the same thing, came up with the crossfaders because of an idea that Grandmaster Flash had. So hip-hop has had its influence upon DJing, period. And not to mention that your favorite DJs, even though they might play EDM or they might play house or dance music, they DJ hip-hop style. They're just not playing hip-hop. So let me give you an example of what DJ Kool Herc would have been doing back in the day. So it is 1978, so this song is very disco-y sounding, so it is what it is. But right now, it's typical for the song would normally be singing about love or whatever else, and the breakers are actually waiting for the break to go down. And that break is going to occur in 5, 4, 3. Now, this part of the break is only like 45 seconds long, but because he has 2 of the same records, or I do in this case, you can repeat that 45-second break over and over again. So what I'm doing right now is what we call beat juggling. And it's a baby scratch just like it would have been in the 1970s. No cue points. Spin back. So at the end of this right here, he would actually grab another record and play just the breaks of that song as well. So the whole night long, he's playing just the breaks of the song, not the entire songs. So with that being said, back then in the 70s, how good of a DJ you were was in large part of, yes, the records you played, but also your personality on the microphone. Now think about this. Kool Herc could not grab the microphone like a normal DJ would back in the day, because now he's juggling the breaks back and forth constantly throughout the night. So he would bring in his DJ friends, and they would assume microphone duties. So I imagine the way it went down is now you get the DJ in the back playing the breaks, and now you have the MC, because remember, DJ and MC back in the day used to be tied together. The DJ was the MC, and the MC was the DJ. Now, once it separated, you had Jam Master Jay, and you had Run DMC in the front. Kool Herc maybe unknowingly started a whole new genre of music by doing this, because now the DJ's in the back and the MC's up front, to where when the MC and DJ used to be married together as the same person, now you get the DJ rocking the breaks and you got the MC up front controlling the microphone. So hip hop was born as we know. So there you have it, the history of hip hop, aka the DJ Kool Herc story. Now Grandmaster Flash is still around. He's still touring. Kool Herc's still alive. You don't hear too much about him touring. Grand Wizard Theodore, who you also saw in the video, the inventor of Scratch, he also tours and still plays out. So, and Africa Bambaataa, may he rest in peace, is no longer with us. So how much of this story did you already know? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. It's your boy DJ XL. May hip hop live forever. Peace.